All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're cracking open your personal toolkit for fighting back against radio frequency interference. You know what I'm talking about, that mysterious static, those weird glitches that have no explanation. Well, today, you're getting a practical, step-by-step battle plan to finally shut them down. Now, just to set the stage, we're jumping into part 13 of a pretty comprehensive 20-part tutorial. It's called Radio Frequency Interference, Beyond Wi-Fi, a consumer guide to common disruptions in frequencies, and it's by RFI detectives. For our tech-savvy viewers who are following along, we are laser-focused on the actionable solutions from Chapter 13. We're done with the theory. This is all about the fixes. Let's do this. So, here's how we're going to tackle this. We've laid everything out as a tiered toolkit. Think of it like levels in a game, right? We're going to start with the simple, totally free stuff you can do immediately. Then we'll level up to the bigger guns for those really, really stubborn interference problems. Okay, first up, Tier 1, which is all about physical adjustments. These are your no-cost, high-impact first steps. This is the absolute foundation of your entire strategy. And the best part? It won't cost you a single dime. So before you even think about opening your wallet or digging into complex settings menus, listen up. The easiest and honestly one of the most effective things you can do is just move things around. Seriously, just increasing the distance between an interference source and the device it's affecting can often solve the problem completely. And there's some really cool physics that explains why this is so powerful. It's called the inverse square law. Now, what that means in plain English is that distance is your superpower here. If you double the distance between two devices, you don't just cut the interference in half, you slash it down to a quarter of what it was. So even moving something a few feet can have a massive, massive impact. But it's not just about creating a big gap. You've got to be strategic about it. Think like a general planning a defense. Your house actually has built-in shields. Things like metal studs inside the walls or a concrete foundation. Those can block RFI. So use them. Tuck your sensitive equipment behind them. And of course, keep it away from known troublemakers, and even think about which way your antennas are pointing. Okay, so what if moving things around helped but didn't quite fix it? No problem. It's time to move up to Tier 2, Simple Hardware Interventions. This is where we add a cheap, easy, and incredibly effective layer of defense right onto your cables. You've definitely seen these little lumps on power cords and USB cables and probably wondered what they do. Well, that is a ferrite bead, and it's basically a bouncer for your cable. Its whole job is to let the good stuff, the power and the data, pass through, while it blocks all that high-frequency electronic noise at the door. It just absorbs that junk and turns it into a tiny, harmless bit of heat. Simple, but so clever. And installing one couldn't be easier. First, you just find the cable that's causing or receiving the interference. Then you get a clip-on ferrite, make sure it's rated for the right frequency range, and you literally just snap it on. Put it as close to the end of the cable near the device as you can. Pro tip, for a really nasty problem, you can even loop the cable through the ferrite one extra time. That seriously boosts its filtering power. All right, let's head up to Tier 3. This is all about optimizing your existing setup. Think of it like a tune-up for your gear. We're not adding anything new just yet. We're just making sure that what you already have is configured perfectly to defend against RFI. So here's your quick optimization checklist. First, check your grounding and shielding. Are all your cables plugged in tight and in good condition? Second, and this is a big one, install the latest firmware updates. And third, take a look at your frequencies and channels to make sure your devices aren't all shouting over each other. I really want to double down on this firmware thing for a second. Please don't skip this step. It can be a total game changer. Manufacturers are constantly tweaking the software inside their devices, making them smarter and better at ignoring interference. So a free update that takes, 5 minutes to install, it could literally be the one thing that solves your entire problem. Always check for updates. Okay, so you've done everything right. You've moved your gear, you've snapped on some ferrites, you've updated all the firmware, and the problem is still there. Well, welcome to Tier 4. These are the drastic measures, the final options for when that RFI just refuses to give up. And this right here is the age-old battle, isn't it? Wireless convenience versus good old wired reliability. Look, wireless is awesome, but for the things that absolutely have to work, I'm talking about your internet for an important work meeting or maybe the button for your garage door, going with a wire is just unbeatable. It's practically immune to RFI, no signal dropouts. It just works, period. And that brings us to the final resort, replacing the device itself. Sometimes you have to admit that the problem isn't your house or your setup, it's the gear. Some products are just, frankly, built better than others, with superior internal shielding and filtering. So if one specific gadget is the constant source of all your headaches, maybe it's time to upgrade to something that's known to be more robust. So let's bring this all home. We've just walked through a complete multi-tiered toolkit. This is a systematic approach that puts you back in the driver's seat, giving you the power to take control of your own electromagnetic environment and finally silence that noise. The most important thing to remember is to follow this strategy in order. Start with the free, easy stuff. Adjust placement. Then, escalate. Add some hardware filters. After that, optimize your core setup. And only then, for the most persistent problems, should you consider going wired or replacing the device. This logical progression is how you systematically hunt down and eliminate interference for good. So there you have it, the core strategies and tools right from Chapter 13 of the RFI Detective's Guide. You now have the complete toolkit. The power is officially in your hands to diagnose the issue and implement the solution. So I'll just leave you with this one question. What's the first RFI annoyance you're going to go eliminate?